Hey, Mayheim. How long can this go on? 30 minutes. 30 minutes till Castlevania race starts. Castlevania race was supposed to happen 30 minutes ago, but got delayed because apparently Twitch is having issues. The kanji for old times is a walking stick next to a sun. Hey Archie, yep. We have surpassed the 100-hour mark. I will be done soon. Maybe in like 20 hours, but we won't be done today. The race that I'm participating in today got delayed by an hour, so I'm filling the time. I'll save myself. Hey, Sheen. So I said I wasn't going to do Egypt tonight, but since we have 30 minutes, time to go to Egypt, Forehead. Back row trop. I closed a bunch of my open windows and restarted OBS, and I hope that that fixes some of the streaming issues that I had. The sand kind of sucks. Ball shadow. Red eyes. Ooh, that's pretty low. That's a pretty low Dark Knight opener. Perhaps we can expect to see some magic soon. Yeah, that happened to Ozzy too, you know, which is pretty funny. It's not a particularly rare drop, but it's definitely one you want for Hundo. Hey, Tapioca. The time to learn if Bakuri Box takes any of these. Oh yeah, why would he take that one? He can go in Moon, though. That beats Cosmo Queen. Join the Cool Guys Club. Will you beat Tager's first PB IDK? Yeah, I got an okay nap. It wasn't long enough though, but it's okay because I'll get a full night's sleep tonight and I'll be much better to finish Egypt on Tuesday. I will say I got lucky that the Arya race was delayed because I overslept. And when I went to hastily get on SRL to see if just to see if they hadn't started yet and get that dot enter in. I was like 601, either 6 or 601. So if it started on time, I wouldn't have made it. I would have been sad. But bailed out by Twitch being crap. Hey Digger, it's a kitty lick. I sound like a full alcohol. This is just how I sound when I get up. I know I sound pretty like nasally or groggy. It's because I literally was sleeping less than, what time is it? 40 minutes ago, I was asleep. So I sound pretty bad. It'll get better though, as we wake up. It's a giddy lick. Double Crimson Songbird opener. These duels against Nightmare have been really cool to see in practice, like simulate what kind of openers he's had. Because I've been surprised. Ooh, that's a very good drop. Let's go back and save. That's 1,000 star chip saved. I've been surprised how many just awful openers Dark Knight has. Like, right there we saw Sun Chicken. I know Tager's seen that one before. I think Tager famously had a Sun Chicken opener against Dark Knight. But I've seen Gaia openers. It's more often, to be honest, that I see a very beatable, like, any percent opener than I do hard mode. The Giddy Lick. Air Eater, 1,000 star chips saved. But just gonna drop the hot 19 right out of the gate. Yes. Fortunately, very fortunately, I will not be streaming that long today. Well, actually I shouldn't say that yet, because who knows how long Aria is going to take. But hopefully Aria takes less than 12 hours. If Aria takes less than 12 hours, I'll be happy. I've got the power of the Chibi Guide. I think Eska said he would come in at some point after he finished and backseat me. Sun Chicken I've mentioned ages ago and says Haitian. Dark Knight starting magics now, that's memeable. Yeah, the Dark Knight magic start. That would be good. I've seen him go from, so far in these 33 duels, the only time I've seen, well, he's gone magic once after an opener. So he played a monster, I killed it, and then he went magic. That's the closest I've come to a magic opener, so one monster in hand. Yeah, for people who don't know too much about FM, when you play a monster, the AI will always play a monster with one very rare exception. And that exception is if they don't have a monster in the entirety of their hand. And remember, the final 6 cheats. Their hand is not a size of 5, it's a size of 20. So for Dark Knight to open, for Dark Knight to play a magic in these situations, we're just always playing a monster against him. He has to have a handful of magic. So the closest I've come to that was he had 19 magics in hand and 1 monster. But Dark Knight is like the technical duel. He plays a... I mean, his deck pool is very magic heavy, so He's the only duelist I can think you have a chance of that coming against. Wonder if anybody has ever seen like a magic only, like maybe Seto 3. There's I don't know. Trying to think of who else would have a magic only hand. It'd have to be probably an early duelist, right? With a small hand size. It's just really, really rare. And the only place you're going to see it is Dark Knight. If you see it at all. MBD? I can gladly tell that it is an interesting quiz question. Which opponents can start without monsters? Yeah, that is an interesting quiz question. So we know Dark Knight is definitely one. It would have to be... It would have to be, you just have to look at their deck pool, see how many spells they have, and then multiply that times 3. Multiply the number of spells in their deck pool by 3, and if that number exceeds equals or exceeds their hand size, then that is one of the duelists. Like maybe Meadow Mage? I'm not very well versed on... Yo, new card. Not very well versed on some of the duelist hand sizes. Maybe it's something I can research in the middle here, though. In between Ape House. I want to pass the Tager quiz. One of the things that would be cool if Pocket Duelist has would be hand size. Alright, let's just start with Simon, because I know his hand size is 5. He's one of the only duelists who doesn't cheat. Does he have any spells? He has Muyon Curry, so he could theoretically have 3 of those. And he has Sparks. So theoretically... Simon could start with a spell opener. However, we may have to do research into the seed space to see if there's actually a seed where he does that. But theoretically, without considering the RNG, Simon could open with a magic. I can tell you a hint, it's double digits opponents that can start magic. I mean, Simon should be able to, am I wrong? Theoretically, at least, because he's got Sparks. And he's got Muyon Curry. But again, to prove it, it would require seed knowledge. Okay, Simon is correct, okay. Oh, it's when he says it's double-digit opponents that can start magic. Oh. Oh, I thought, okay, yes, yeah, so there's multiple ones. There's over 10 or more. Well, Duelmaster K, right? Duelmaster K has to be one because you can just cheat. You can just cheat and make sure that he can start. Like, just fill your deck with magics. Fill your deck with magics and then go to Duelmaster K. Not counting Duelmaster K. Come on, that's a free one. Nightmare is excluded from the list. Seto 3. Seto 3 would be an interesting case. Let me see here. Hey Shell, how are you doing this afternoon? his magic's gonna be close to the top. Probably Pegasus. Pegasus. All right, let's check Pegasus. Let's go through these one by one. It might be like all but Nightmare. Okay, Pegasus has Raigeki, Dragon Capture Jar, Fake Trap, Inviswire, Harpies, Feather Duster, Bright Color. Pegasus is definitely on the list. Pegasus is definitely on the list. Isis has Swords, Umi, Shadow Spell. Right? I don't know if her hand size is 9, but if it is, add her to the list. I think Isis's hand size might be like 8. Seto third, I'm interested about. Shadow Spell, Widespread Ruin, that's 6. Raigeki, that's 9. Harpy's Feather Duster, that's 12. He's got like the crappy magics too, doesn't he? We'll put this in Mercury and pretend that he's going to go down to Blue Eyes. Doesn't really matter. Wait, so Seto 3 is not on the list, I think. I think Seto 3 is not on the list. Because the only match I see 12. I see 12 non-monster cards. And he has a hand size of 20. So Seto 3 can never open with a magic. Pegasus Isis cannot start magic? What? How many cards does Pegasus have in hand? So you know Seto 3rd can't start magic. I really should have all of my FM. Have a quiz at midnight. Have 6 hours to take it. That's good. Well, having the window to take it. Why does the quiz? Oh, due by midnight. Okay, never mind. I misread it at first. I was like, why? What school gives you a quiz that opens at midnight and you have to finish by 6 a.m.? Yeah, that's just me who can't read. Alright, let me go back to Pegasus here, because I'm intrigued. Raigeki, DCJ, Fake Trap, and Viswire, Harpy's Feathered... Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 3 is 18. Does Pegasus also have a hand size of 20? That would be pretty bad if it worked that way, yeah. How come he drops so many rituals, but he doesn't have any rituals in his deck? Any of these rare ones? Yeah, so he must have a hand size of 20 then. Sims having all the slots filled with them is improbable. Oh, has GMS already done this research into the seeds and has found that, like, there isn't one? There isn't a seed that he has all magics? There's simulation results, okay. I have two MBDs, so if I crash, I crash. If I crash, I crash. I want to look at Heishin. Heishin seems like he might be able to. I need to check his deck pool again. This is actually a pretty cool, like, food for thought FM question. I'm enjoying doing some research on this. Okay, so Heishin 2. Deck. Megamorph Widespread Ruin. That's 6. Raigeki 9. Harpies 12. He's got a bunch of Swords of Revealing Light 15. But then he's got Rituals. Cosmo Queen's Prayer. 18. YOLO Naked Dark Magician Mercury Opener 18. Does he have like something really low that's... If he's stuck at 18, then he can't. Dark Magician Harpies. Zoa. Ah, yeah, well, I got big counterplayed there with my bright idea of opening in Mercury against Dark Knight. Oopsies. Fake Trap. Fake Trap. So that's over 21. So theoretically, without checking the seed space, add Heishin to the list, because he theoretically has a hand that's full of 3 fake traps, 3 swords, 3 harpies, 3 raigekis, 3 widespreads, 3 megamorphs, and 3 Cosmo Queen's prayers. Although, take one of those 3s and make it 2, because then he'd be maxed out. He'd only have a hand size of 20. That also seems unlikely, but it's not impossible. Until we can search the seed space for all of the openers that Heishin has. That is theoretically a hand he could have. It has to be more rare than the Exodia opener, though. So if anyone ever sees... If anyone ever is on Heishin 2nd and he opens a magic, consider yourself a rare in more rarefied air than the Exodia opener. Can send me the simulation results? Sure, Taker. I'd appreciate that. I'll have to check it out later. Or you can theorize. That one seems... I mean, that one's theoretically possible, but seems very unlikely. Very unlikely that they'd all be in the deck and that they would all be at the front of the deck. Very unlikely, that one. But if the game didn't have an RNG seed space, it would be possible. Like, if Heishin existed in the real world and his deck was generated that way, where he just completely randomly takes 3 cards from his deck pool with respect to the odds of each one of them in his deck, then theoretically, in the real world, Heishin could have a deck that he has a hand of 20 spells when he draws from it. Alright, Tager has provided. Simulation results. These are numbers are X seeds for their start in 2 billion seeds. Ooh. Yeah, only having one equip here kinda sucks, but that's the only way we beat the MBD. Because he's got to go below B-Skull, which he might. He might go below B-Skull if he's got B-Skull. He'd actually prefer to see another MBD here. That's fine. The 2 of MBDs. Looks like we're about to start the Aria of Sorrow. Aria, oh, I evil. I was still waiting on 2 people to ready up. That means another Dark Knight duel. Oh. Well then. Well, we gotta go back in. Once you get a drop, you go back in. That's the rules. A 1,000 star chips saved for the wolf. Oh, I see. If Arya would have started on time, I might not have gotten that drop forehead. MBD. Meteor Emoji B Dragon. Well, I'm just gonna toss because I don't have a winner there, and if I don't draw something this turn, he's just gonna go to back row hell. He's still probably gonna go to back row hell. Yep. I'm shooting that, by the way. Well, yeah, I'm shooting that. I'm shooting that. I should have tossed more cards. Alright. What are the chances that neither of them are widespread? Actually pretty good. One of them is almost assuredly reverse trap, though. Therefore, we do not play an equip. The 0 of equips. Excellent choice. I mean, if you attack into him, he's got 2 traps, and neither of them activate. I mean, what is it? Bad reaction to Shimochi? Sure. I have a feeling it's fake trap. It's probably, I don't know. I got did I get Giganto? No, I got Air Eater. I didn't get Giganto. I got Air Eater and I got the Wolf. So probably staying on here is not the play. Probably staying on here is not the play. I'm just going to do this and then presume that he opens with Cosmo Queen. It's a pretty weak opener for me, though. But Arya's going to start in moments, and I'm just going to do a couple more A-Pals on him and figure out what to do next time. Mindless, inefficient A-Pal. Seems like a cool idea. It could still be that there's several cards that he drops that I could benefit from. I just know that I got two of the big ones there. Big boys. Mystical Sand. I shouldn't have attached that last one because this is 5 equips now. So we're dangerously close to a BCD. Dangerously close. So my spreadsheet says I'm 18,000 star chips away from finishing, and I've got currently like between 5 and 6,000. So that feels good. The end is in sight. The end is in sight because we're obviously not going to need to get all of those star chips because we're going to start cleaning up. We're going to go on farms to get cards that cost, you know, like 50 star chips here and there. Slowly work our way to the elusive goal of 689 cards. Oh, well. And the race is starting. Perfect. I got all the drops I needed. $419. Well, that was a productive 40 minutes of farming. In those 40 minutes, we made 2,350 star chips in cards. Seems good. Okay, I'm going to switch over to Arya because the race has started. This is going to go not so well, by the way. It's never beaten this game. So everybody's going to be done in like 40, 45 minutes, and then here I'll be. Not even like 10% through the game.